Top Peak Ski Report is presented by Mackenzie Top Peak 2023.
Jack Crawford making his way down Willie Challenge. Jack Crawford is in the lead. Jack Crawford of Canada takes over by 1/100th of a second.
Welcome back to the Top Peak Ski Report. Canada, I'm not going to make you wait. You just saw it. Jack Crawford is your 2023 world champion. And as someone who used to race in a sport, perhaps not on snow, but winning by 1/100th of a second, that's 10 centimeters at that speed. Let's take a look at the podium. Let's just get right to it. Jack Crawford winning his first world championships in Super G. Alexander Amont-Kilde, your bronze medalist in this event from Beijing, picks up his first world championship medal, and Alexis Pinturault, the hometown favorite, adds a second medal. He won the combined just a few days ago. Of note, Marco Odermatt not on the podium. Brody Seeger was the top Canadian in 9th, Jeff Reid 11th. Unfortunately, Broderick Thompson DNF. He did not finish. But to break it all down, who better than Mr. Brian Stemmle? Great to see you all the time. First and foremost, immediate reactions as to what we just saw.
Oh, I'm completely shocked. When Val Grenier won, I didn't think she had it in her. Now when Jack won, I didn't think he had him in it as well because, when I said he fell in Wengen, lost some confidence, and just hasn't had it in the last couple weeks, and then turned the switch on and off he went. So I'm just thrilled for him and his family.
So what did you see differently today in his skiing?
I just saw a little more confidence today. When he raced the Super G in the combined, I didn't see him with that ferociousness that he normally skis with, but it's a controlled anger that he has. And that's what I saw today. He just controlled, really smooth, but super aggressive. And when the speeds are so high, and you said it's snow and not ice that you used to race on, it is ice. So it is really slick and fast. And you have to be 100% confident. And for some reason yesterday, when I spoke with John Kuchera, he said, Jack is confident, because I tried to ask John, okay, where has his confidence gone? And he doesn't seem to be quite at the top of his game. And he said, you know what, he is at the top of his game, and he just proved it.
So he went after Pinturault, Odermatt, and Kilde. He's racing with the big boys. What does that do to your mindset?
I think he's okay with it now. He knows he belongs because his bronze medal last year at the Olympics, 4th in the Olympic downhill. And he just believes in himself a lot right now. He's a quiet, mild-mannered guy, not too flashy. You could see him shaking in the finish because he was still just so tight and anxious and nervous, and all those emotions he's trying to hold in, but you can see it in his body that he's just trying to let it out. But he really believes he's one of the best in the world, and that just proved it.
Oh, you could even see him shaking kind of in the mix zone. I think he's in shock. His splits got quite a bit sharper, though, as he went down the course.
Yeah.
What did you see there? He really didn't start all that quickly.
No, it took him a while to get up to speed. I think it takes a while, because when you first push out of the start and you make those first 2 or 3 turns, you wonder if you have it or not. Are my edges sharp enough? Do they feel like they're running enough? Am I comfortable in my tuck and my position? Is everything going right? Are the gates coming slowly or quickly at me? And so it takes a few turns to get going, but once he absorbed that first jump and grabbed in his tuck and laid on that left or that right ski to make one of the first right-footed turns, just create a lot of speed. And then down at the bottom, when you ski across the hill, you slow down because you're fighting against the gravity. When you ski straight down it in a little arc, you can go so much faster, and that's exactly what he did at the bottom. It's really, really steep down there, almost 60% gradient. So he was really letting it all hang out and just skied on the front of his ski, smart and aggressive, and that 1/100th made a big difference.
Oh, I know. I had to geek out. 1/100th. When you're an athlete, it's like, yes, I did it.
Yeah.
So Broderick Thompson, unfortunately, DNF. Brody Seeger, 9th. Jeff Reid, 11th. What do you make of their results today?
Yeah, excellent. Good for them. I don't think they were considered to be one of the contenders at all. Not in the top 5 for sure, but to get in the top 10 for Brody, phenomenal result after being 4th in Cortina. He'd like a little bit more, but as I said, he had a bad fall in GS training, impact injury. It hasn't quite come back yet since last week when he fell. And then for Jeff Reed, watch out for him in the downhill. He's feeling more confidence. He's more of a downhill skier than he is a Super G skier. He's a bigger guy, and he can really let it fly. So I'm excited to see both those guys and Broad Thompson in the downhill. We got to talk about Marco. What happened? I don't know. I didn't get to see his run again. And when you're kind of watching it and you're commentating, it's hard to get a real feel for what he did. But he's just a young guy who doesn't have a ton of experience, but man, 8 wins already this year. I'm surprised he didn't, winning 4 of the Super Gs, but just didn't have his day. Same as Kriekmeier. Both those guys faltered a little bit. And when you're only skiing a minute and 10-second runs, bad things can happen or mistakes will happen. And it just goes by so quickly. It just wasn't his day.
Yeah, he looked a bit tense in the hut.
Start, yeah.
You said that. Like his breathing, his shoulders were just a bit up. It just wasn't his day, eh?
Yeah, I said it's just like his chin strap was buckled in. It's like, oh, I can't quite. And I just want him to let it go a little bit like he has been. But sometimes the enormity of the World Championships, because it means so much to Swiss athletes, it's not just another race in Wengen or in Kitzbühel. It's a World Championship. It's got a bigger title, means more to them, even though I think it is a little bit easier to win because there aren't so many competitors. Mm-hmm.
Well, Jack's win today, 15th time a Canadian has won Worlds. So it was a good day for the red and white. How do you think the team's going to bring this momentum into the rest of these World Championships?
I think it's great. It takes the pressure off. A lot like we saw Alexis Pinturault win the gold in the combined. The pressure is off him today because he already had his gold medal that he can hang in his parents' hotel room just up the road, or his hotel, their hotel, not
their
just
hotel,
the room.
yeah.
They own the whole thing, the 5-star. It's pretty slick. So it took the pressure off him. That's why he was able to be third today. And I think for the Canadians, it'll be able to take the pressure off them a little bit because they already have that medal now. So now they can really go on the downhill. And even for the women, they believe in themselves too, especially Val Grenier and GS and the women's slalom skiers.
You've lived the sport. I just want to ask one more time, how important is it for Team Canada to win a medal like this at the World Championships, just for the overall health of skiing in this country?
Yeah, it's massive. Skiing was big back in the day when the Crazy Canucks are winning. People still talk about the Crazy Canucks because that's all of that was on TV, and that's the only thing that was on TV other than hockey, it seemed like, in figure skating. And now there's so many other sports to choose from and give attention to. CBC does a great job with all the other sports, but I think alpine skiing will be on the front page tomorrow because of this win for Jack Crawford. And just means so much to his family, and I know them well, and it's awesome, yeah.
Thank you so much for all of your insights, and I appreciate your emotion, buddy. There's going to be
well,
some...
I get choked up, it hits close to home when, I knew his grandparents, know his parents, know his sister and he well, and the same club and community, and to be world champion, man, we all dream of that. And so it's a pretty special moment.
Very special moment. There are going to be a lot of people celebrating tonight in Canada and over in the French Alps. Also, another Bluebird Day, eh? Just
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's lovely. We caught up, actually, though, with some of the Canadian skiers to ask them how they après ski.
What do you do after ski?
After I ski, just chilling out, maybe get a hot tub in.
On a race day, I like to just get home, hop on the bike, get recovered, and give myself the most amount of time so that I can kind of chill in bed, watch a movie, read a book, just do something that kind of takes my mind off the day and what we've just been doing.
My favorite après-ski, of course, here, if you've been to Maribel, you know about La Folie Douce. So I'm planning to go there once my races are done.
My favorite après-ski is going to any après-ski place on the hill and getting a Hugo. That's my favorite drink, especially in Italy. That's where they do it the most, so that's my favorite.
Hanging out with some friends and having a couple beers. Favorite place to do that is Dusty's in Whistler. That's where I grew up skiing, so that would probably be my go-to.
On the road, my usual après-ski routine is usually just about doing some physio and dry land, getting ready for the next day. But at home, best way to après-ski is come down after a good day skiing on Whistler and roll into Dusty's bar, meet up with some friends there.
I remember my good old days when après skiing consisted of physio. So much to celebrate, though. Jack Crawford is your 2023 world champion. And you know what else is celebratory? If you won $100,000 from Mackenzie Investments. So you have tons of time, Canada, but we are getting a lot of submissions. Get creative with it. Have some fun. This is your opportunity. I will say this again, to win $100,000 for your community and your ski club. That has been our show today. Hey, we're doing this same time, same place on Saturday for the women's downhill in beautiful Maribel. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Bluebird skies, there is nothing better than racing, especially World Championship racing. Thanks so much. That has been our show for today. Have a fantastic, fantastic day, Canada. I'll see you back on Saturday.
The Top Peak Ski Report is presented by Mackenzie Investments National Top Peak Contest. Go to cbcsports.ca/Top Peak for a chance to win $100,000 for your favorite ski club.